it's been feeling a little bit better at the gas pumps. The pain has been less, but the prices may tick back up across the country.
Well, that fear comes as the group of oil-producing countries known as OPEC decided to dramatically cut production. Christopher Salas has more.
Patrick, Destiny, good morning. The expectation is that this decision from OPEC will impact some parts of the United States, and in fact, that impact is already being felt. The national average is up this week, in part in anticipation of this decision from OPEC. The oil-producing nations, led by Saudi Arabia, decided to slash 2 million barrels a day of oil, and that is in fear of a global recession. Experts say areas of the country like the South, Southeast, East Coast, and Northeast may see prices go up 25 cents a gallon from this decision. And then areas like the West Coast, the Great Plains, and Midwest may have less of an impact and may in fact see prices drop for other reasons. Here's what the Biden administration told us yesterday about OPEC's decision.
The president's been so very clear about this, that we've got to reduce our dependence on foreign suppliers of fossil fuels as we work to transition to a clean energy program. And of course, we'll get there. That's a transition. It will take some time. But between now and then, we've got to become more energy independent here.
The Biden administration has been releasing oil from the nation's strategic reserves, and that was supposed to end in November. But yesterday, the White House said those releases will continue as appropriate. In Washington, I'm Christopher Salas, WYFF News 4.
Well, extensive election safeguards will be in place for the midterm elections. This is according to the FBI. The agency says any efforts by hackers to breach election infrastructure are unlikely to result in any large-scale disruptions or prevent voting. The security advisory was issued just 5 weeks ahead of the November election. It aims to combat claims that U.S. elections have been manipulated through hacking.
648 in Texas spent more than $18 million to bus migrants out of the state. That's according to the Texas Division of Emergency Management. For months, migrants who've been processed and released have been sent by bus to other cities around the country, including Washington, D.C., New York, and Chicago. So far, this has happened to about 12,000 migrants. Texas Governor Greg Abbott acknowledged that taxpayers would likely pay the bill.
Well, a wildfire burning in west central Nebraska is more than half contained. The Bovie fire sparked Sunday at the Nebraska National Forest near Halsey and quickly spread north, causing temporary evacuations and road closures. Crews have been making progress containing it thanks to continued cool and moist weather. As of yesterday morning, the Bovie fire had burned about 19,000 acres and was 56% contained. The main lodge and cabins of the Nebraska State 4-H camp and an observation tower were destroyed. One firefighter died while battling the fire. The cause is under investigation.
Meanwhile, a Delta flight from Boston to Florida returned to Logan International Airport after striking some birds during takeoff. No injuries were reported. The flight left Boston around 8:15 in the morning and had to be rescheduled to land in Fort Lauderdale around 11:30 in the morning. The flight was eventually rescheduled. No further information was released.
Okay, wow. Well, someone abandoned more than 100 pet pigs along a road in Southern California. Take a look at this. Neighbors in East San Diego County spotted the animals last week. Some have been leaving the pigs food and water. There's speculation that the animals just became too expensive for someone to care for. The animals are on Mesa Grande tribal land, so the county doesn't have jurisdiction. Officials say they contacted tribal leaders with an offer to help wrangle the pigs.
Oh. All right. 10 till 7. The outdoor retailer REI is dumping Black Friday permanently. For the last 7 years, the chain has closed its doors on the day after Thanksgiving to give its employees a day off. That decision was made year to year. The company said it would instead pay its 16,000 workers to spend time outside doing absolutely anything aside from shopping that day. Shoppers can still place an order on the company's website on Black Friday, but order processing and shipping will not begin until the following day.
Crocs is giving away thousands of free pairs of shoes to celebrate its 20th anniversary. It's all part of its free pair for all Croctober daily shoe giveaway set to run through tomorrow. To participate, you must join the Crocs Club and opt in for emails. Crocs were first released in 2002. The shoe brand had a resurgence during the pandemic. The company reported record annual revenue of $2.3 billion in 2021. That was up a whopping 67% over 2020, and they're very comfortable shoes.
Especially during Croctober.
Croctober.
Okay, do you know your blood type? Scientists say everyone should in case of a life-threatening event that requires a blood transfusion. But now they've discovered a new group of blood types that you may need to be aware of in rare occasions. The new group is called the ER blood group. According to the journal Blood, there are a total of 5 ER antigens in this group based on genetic variations. The ER antigen was discovered years ago, but the study is the first to describe different mutations. Experts say while it may be rare, it could be important for physicians and nurses to pay attention to if they're having trouble diagnosing their patient.
Okay, well, it's 6:51, and if you're having some trouble sleeping, you may want to check into a hotel or resort. Get this. In the past few years, the number of high-profile establishments focused their attention on those suffering from sleep deprivation. Hotels in cities like New York and London have equipped rooms with sleep-enhancing amenities to promote rest. The COVID-19 pandemic appears to have played a huge part in this. According to a study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, 40% of the over 2,500 adults surveyed said they had a reduction in their sleep quality since 2020. That's no surprise there.
Yeah, no, it's very understandable. Okay, Greenville Tech and Prisma Health broke ground on a new facility. It's at the school's Barton campus on Pleasantburg Drive. Prisma Health announced it's donating $1.5 million to Greenville Tech to support the construction of the new Prisma Health Center for Health and Life Sciences. Greenville Tech tells us once the building is open, work will begin to take down 2 of the oldest buildings on campus.
Well, the Travelers Rest branch of the Greenville County Library is closed for maintenance. The library says you can still return library books and materials there and pick up anything you have on hold. They're offering limited services so they could still issue a new library card or update your old one. You can request to pick up a book at the different branch through the library's online catalog. The library says it expects to be back open November 1st.
Okay, and Fall for Greenville kicks off next week, and there are still 500 volunteers needed. Beer and wine servers are still needed, and ticket and wristband sellers are needed all weekend. Shifts usually last between 3 and 4 hours, depending on the position. Ages 10 and up can volunteer, but ages 10 to 13 must volunteer with a parent or a guardian. Volunteers receive a festival volunteer t-shirt and a sheet of taste tickets. You can sign up to volunteer at fallforgreenville.net/volunteer.
All right, well, it's that time of year again. Fat Bear Week is back. The fan favorite competition is an annual collaboration between the National Park Service and Alaska's Katmai National Park. It tracks progress during the bear seasons of pre-hibernation weight gain. Voters can download a bracket to pick which bears they think will come out on top. There's also an interactive slider that lets people marvel at the bears' amazing transformations.
Very cool. All right, WYFF4 and the Red Cross are proud of the effort that you gave during our Day for Giving yesterday, raising money for hurricane relief. In all, we raised $23,942. All of that money goes to help the victims of Hurricane Ian with their basic necessities that they may have lost during that hurricane. Thank you so much for that generosity.